Syracuse head coach Gary Gait, Will Mark, Owen, Spallina. Grab a quick opening statement from coach, and then we'll take questions.
Well, we got to get back on the field today. Okay, sorry. After our last game, it was nice to get back out there, play again, and I thought the guys did well. We got through it, played a solid game, got off to a great start. I thought showed their focus, had a little bit of a lapse in the middle, but came back in the third quarter, played well, and happy with the win. That's a very good High Point team. They got some real players in there. They're going to make some noise this year, I'm sure, in the conference and throughout. And I thought they played a pretty solid game and did a nice job.
Joey, obviously the Army game didn't go exactly how you wanted it to go, but when people criticize you or the way you play the game or your team, what is something that you wish they knew about you or just the game of lacrosse in general?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that they need to know anything. I think whether I had a good game or a bad game today, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to get back to work. I don't think one game is going to define you. I think you can look at a plethora of other things that have been going on in the lacrosse world. I don't think one game is going to make your season. So like I said, I'm going to wake up tomorrow, I'm going to watch film on Hop, and I'm going to get back to work and move on, whether it was a good game or a bad game. So
Coach, obviously High Point gets it 9-8 in that third quarter. And then Owen scores 3 straight. What did you see from him today and kind of those goals and how they helped you guys kind of separate there?
Yeah, I thought Owen played well today. I really did. He scored a couple big ones when we needed it, but he moved the ball really well. But I thought he dodged hard and had a solid game for us. So I'm glad to see him get the hat trick and help us when we needed it. So great job.
Will, game of runs, especially in the third quarter, how did you maintain your composure today?
Yeah, a lot of it, like I've said before, is, just leaning back on my experience. 5th year, made a ton of saves. I also got scored on twice as many times. So being able to keep my cool is super important, and then trying to share that emotion, with the guys around me. Just because we're such a talented group, and, it'd be a shame if we kind of let go. And then also just knowing that, we have some of the best offensive guys in the country. So just trusting, my team and, trusting my instincts and, my training. But it's nothing new for me, so.
Yeah, Owen, you're one of the leaders on this team, a senior, you've been here a long time. So, when you get in one of those tough situations, a situation like that, 9-8, that's a point where your team could fall apart. That's a point where you could rise to the occasion. So what was your mindset there?
I was just playing the game plan. A couple of goals were just off of a switch, so I had a better matchup, so I took the ball and kind of just went at the guy, and there's no slide. And the other ones, the ball movement, just let me have the opportunity to put it in the back of the net. But I was just sticking to the game plan the whole time and letting the ball come to me.
Gary, I think Mason and Johnny ended up having the exact same amount of time at the X today. Was that the plan going in for them to kind of split evenly, or was that just what you guys were being shown?
It was the plan today. We just were looking at the numbers and how they've been playing, and Johnny Mullen's been doing a great job for us, and we just thought, we got to get him some more time and give him a chance to see if he can continue to do what he's been doing. And he did a great job today, so we were extremely happy with him, and we'll probably continue like that for a while.
Joey, I'm sure your whole team has your back, but to backtrack to Wednesday to see one of your closest buddies, Christian, say those things back there on the page for that media.
Yeah, it means a lot. I think our team is very close, so, I've known Christian my whole life, and, for him to say that, and to have my back was great, but, I know any guy on our team would have my back like that, and I just, I think we just kind of, I think we just moved on, and I think that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna move on from this game as well, and look forward to Hop. So.
Oh, Coach Gait, first of all, I need that hoodie in the 2X. That's a fire colorway. But you talking about the laps, like you said in the middle, that game getting close. How do you feel about the response in the second half and the response overall coming off another tough overtime loss to a tough opponent?
Like I said, we came out, went up 7-1 in the first quarter. I thought it was a great response to showing that we're prepared, but I think we just kind of thought it was just going to keep rolling like that, and they were going to pack it in. But they're a good team, so they stepped up and made a run and won some face-offs and did some things they needed to do to have success. So, it was nice when you challenge the guys to, refocus and dial it back up again, and they did, and they responded, and guys like Owen, Joey that stepped in and made some big plays to start us on another run. So it was a good W overall.
Coach, you guys have this long home stretch here to start the season, and next weekend for the first time you're going away. So how's the mindset sort of shift? You've got some tough matchups coming up, including Johns Hopkins. So how are you guys preparing for your mindset when you don't have the Dome crowd behind you?
I think we're excited to get on the road.
Oh, yeah.
We've been home a while, so there's a big part. To being on the road is to really spend time on just lacrosse, and that's something you don't get when you play all home games, because you got to go to class every day, right up until game times, that type of thing. A lot of times we've had a lot of weekday games, so it'll be nice to get on the road where we can all sit together and watch film and do things together, and really devote the time that we need to preparing. So we're looking forward to getting on the road, and I think it's going to be a great trip down to Charlotte and then to Northern Virginia.
Coach, and recognizing that Joey may not score 7 goals every single game, as you get closer and closer to ACC play, how do you make sure your offense is going to try to, replicate the production that we saw today against, top 10 opponents in the future?
Well, we've played top 10 opponents, and we've showed that we're at least equal to them, top 5 type opponents. So we're right there. It's just a matter of, making one less mistake, making one more big play. And, and then when you are up, maintaining that. And I think that, we've gotten some great experience against Maryland and Army that hopefully will help us when we go against Johns Hopkins. I'm pretty sure they'll be a top 4 team by the time we get to them next week. And I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for us, and look forward to it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.